we're in New York City, and you're about to see my older sister. We're gonna ask her some questions about my childhood and just stuff in general to get to know her. And we come up here often to visit her, so hang around and get ready for some tea.
Late 70s.
Where are we right now?
Walk. I would have worn my walking shoes.
Where are we? This is Washington Park?
Yeah, Washington Park. We're right around NYU.
Alright, hey everybody.
It sounded funny. You're like, bye everybody. That's what I heard, yeah.
Hey everybody, this is Nick.
And I'm Justin.
I'm Mel. This is Brooklyn.
And continuing on with our family get to know us, we have a sister tag. Is that what it's called?
I would say it's a sister tag. Sure.
It's like when you ask somebody in your family or something questions about life and stuff like that, get to know us and stuff like that. So, just a little bit about her. She was like my second mother growing up. Our father passed away when we were really young from cancer. So she also raised me into whatever I am now.
Whatever I am now.
She's also a nurse anesthetist in New York City. But one of her true passions is...
I have founded a dog rescue with a couple other girls in New York. And I'm addicted to dogs.
She is.
This is actually her intervention.
Yes.
We're having intervention.
This is A&E right now, actually.
She has 3 little dogs right now, little dachshunds. They're Brooklyn, Bronx, and Bowser.
Yes.
You guys have now, you and Kyle. Kyle is her husband. So my brother-in-law's at his gym right now. He opened up a gym here in New York City called Fortitude. And he does training, and it's kind of like high intensity, almost like CrossFit, not quite CrossFit, right? Brooklyn.
She's so jealous. She wants to be in the spotlight.
Alright. So my sister's dog rescue is Pup Stars Rescue with a Z. I'm gonna link their website down below. They rescue dogs. Mainly they get dogs from Tennessee and they distribute them to foster homes, adoption, and foster to adopt here in the city, and even other places around.
Yeah, we get a lot of senior dogs and medical cases from the local shelters, Animal Care and Control. We have seniors and puppies and large dogs and small dogs and disabled dogs like Brooklyn.
And if you hear a little pitter patter, that's the little dachshunds and the dogs running around the house as we talk. So, well, let's get into some nitty gritty questions about our childhood.
Alright, I want to know.
Justin, maybe my sister and I will have different stories.
Yeah.
Different viewpoints, so let's see.
I'm curious, what is the first memory you have of Nicholas being like super ridiculous? You know how he's like super animated and stuff like that? Like what's a good like first story?
I think Mom might say the same thing as me.
I know exactly she's gonna say.
I think probably watching Nick.
It was the dress, wasn't it?
Put on Mom's prom dress.
My mom kept her prom dress all these years. She made it herself, and I used to think it was the coolest thing.
Yeah. I think that. And then one Halloween, if I remember correctly, I was like a princess maybe and had a long wig, and then it turned into Nick wearing the prom dress with the wig.
I must have been, I feel like I was like 8, 9, 10 years old when this was going on.
Yeah, it was definitely younger, definitely.
But, I don't know, we had fun. We had a lot
of fun. Yeah.
Melissa and I say Melissa, everybody calls her Mel. We used to make home movies of like dance routines to like Disney soundtracks and stuff like that.
We actually, I don't know if you know this, but Nick and I used to have dance recitals together.
Like real ones?
Right, like legit ones.
Oh,
like with gymnastics. And,
before I was a full-on gymnast, we went to a dancing gym place and we did a mix. And we did like brother-sister routines on stage for recitals and performances.
Yeah, for real.
It was
for real.
We did some cool stuff. She would take my leg and she'd throw me into a backflip. It was actually pretty cool.
That's awesome.
So I feel like our childhood, we grew up in a small hometown in Pennsylvania, and I wouldn't say it was super. She knows. I wouldn't say it was like super progressive. Well, let's start with this. When did you first know I was gay? Because I feel like your siblings know before your parents do, just like intuitively. I feel like, not all the time, I don't want to say everybody's the same, but I feel like something about your siblings just connect with you and your parents kind of like don't see it first.
How about this? When do you think I knew?
Ooh.
I do think that I know. If anybody remembers AOL Instant Messenger.
Oh yeah. People still have that. People still have AOL.
I guess they do. So I like knew this one person from, I think they were in gymnastics and something, but they were from like Michigan, and I was like, I must have been like 12 years old or something, maybe 13.
Pretty young, probably.
14, I don't know. It was one of the
Not
early.
12.
It was one of the early teen years, and
Yeah.
there was another person who was around my age that I was talking to, and it was the first time I ever talked to somebody about like gay things on AOL Instant Messenger. But the main computer that I used was in your room. I don't know why. But I didn't know that you were home, and I left something up on the screen of me talking to this other boy.
Or I'm just a detective.
Or my sister snooped, which I wouldn't hold it past her.
I definitely do.
But maybe I just closed the browser and I stepped away and I pulled up, I pretended like I was playing The Sims, like this video game. And I stepped away and I came back and it was pulled up and Melissa was in there and she's like, "What is this?" And I was like, me and a friend we were just joking around being silly and stuff like that. And I think I just kind of like closed it and ended it at that. And I think that was
I
it.
definitely knew that. I would say that probably.
I was like, but like we never really talked about it since then. Like here and there, like over the years it got brought up. But I never really asked you like from then on out, like what did you think? What did you do?
I guess I didn't really think very much of it because at the time I was dating a kid and his dad was also gay.
Mm-hmm.
So to me, in my mind, it didn't bother me.
Yeah.
And it was kind of like, it's not my business. And when he wants to tell us, he'll tell us. And that's kind of, I guess, yeah. Maybe actually I knew when Nick was wearing Mom's prom dress.
But a lot of boys do that, right? But you didn't tell Mom, right?
I don't think so.
Okay.
Mm-mm.
Because I feel like, I don't know, I feel like there may be people out there that might snitch to the parents, but I guess that was nice of you to keep it private until I was ready to tell her. Do you think a sibling is like maybe a safe option to come to first before parents and friends?
I don't know. I think it depends on your relationship with your sibling.
That's true.
I think that you might have a better chance talking to like your mom or your dad or an aunt or an uncle, or even like a friend's parent or something like that. I think it just depends on your relationship and the dynamic of your family.
Yeah. So you definitely feel like it shouldn't, or regardless, it shouldn't be rushed. Everything.
Welcome to my house. I think some people have terrible family members and, like find somebody who you love and trust and, you're willing to be open with.
Yeah. Well, I will say it was recently just International Women's Day. Did I say that right? Women's?
Yeah, McDonald's, remember, they turned their
McDonald's turned their M upside down.
Yeah.
And I think it's, I don't know, I really just, during the day I thought about all the women who have empowered me throughout my life just by being strong themselves, including my sister and my mom. And I don't know, I think I look up to you. I'm going to give you a sweet moment here because she is so driven and always working and going. She, picking up the dog right now. She is a nurse anesthetist, she runs a dog rescue, she takes care of her dogs at home that have medical conditions and like constantly like working for them too and just doing so much. I don't know how, and she was always the grade A, straight A, not grade A, grade A, straight A.
I'm grade A.
Straight A student. She was in sports and just like very good role model to look up to. Another kind of shout out I want to do is to our mother, and who eventually I would like to bring on camera as well because we did something with Justin's mom, but our mom pretty much raised us herself, and she did an amazing job. For anybody out there who has a single parent, and like shout out to them because I know it can be hard. Any other childhood stories that we could add in?
I used to scream at Nick every day.
Oh my gosh.
For being so slow getting into the car, driving him to school.
Can we also talk about this? That hasn't changed.
Yeah.
He
That's one thing
takes
Mom
so
definitely said.
long to get ready. So I told him, I have started to tell him 30 minutes before I want to leave that we have to go now.
Yeah.
So that.
That's a big childhood thing. I think Mom would touch base on that.
When my sister used to drive me to school in the morning, I swear there were some mornings though I was ready, and same with you, I am ready, I just don't have like my shoes on, and they're still getting ready, and then they like will be out there and I'll be like doing something, not paying attention, but they'll have their shoes on, they're ready, and they're ready to go out the door, and they're like, why aren't you ready? Why aren't you ready? I'm like, I've been ready for like 20 minutes, I just don't have my shoes on. And then they're like, come on, why are you taking so long? We gotta go.
It doesn't. If you're not ready to go, then you're just not ready, even if it's just your shoes. He's very concerned. He's like, does this look right? Do these clothes match?
I'm not fashionable.
As you can see, I'm in sweatpants right now. So Nick said my hair today looks good enough.
I feel like you've always had very natural beauty. We are going to be heading back to Virginia now. Don't forget, we're going to Portugal at the end of the month. You're going to Portugal too at some point, right?
Yeah, beginning of October, end of September.
Yeah, so we're going to share your advice about Portugal to my sister before when she goes, because we're going to go. We're going to be filming our Portugal trip. So don't forget to give my sister some love. Go check out her dog rescue. If you're in the city or even around New York City, check out the dog rescue if you're thinking about fostering or adopting. There's an application to apply and stuff.
And also, if you're looking for a gym, make sure you check out her husband Kyle's gym. It's Fortitude. Yes.
Fortitude.
What street is it on? Where is it?
It's on 21st between 5th and 6th.
They're 21st between 5th and 6th.
Yeah, the Fort. It's thefortnyc.com. They're awesome.
He's been a trainer for a while now. And he does really good work.
So check those out. Those will be linked as well. But as always, like, comment, and subscribe.
And we will see you in our next video.
Yes.
Say bye.
See ya.
So good. Look at you.